Welcome to the Anxiety Doesn't Own Me podcast. My name is Emmanuel Isaacson. I'm an anxiety coach who helps people to overcome and heal their anxiety naturally. Welcome to another episode here on the Anxiety Doesn't Own Me podcast. Today, what we're going to be talking about is about hardships. And this is something that I was thinking about over the weekend and how dealing with hardships, whenever we have hardships, because something that we cannot avoid in life is going to be hardships in life, and it's going to be difficult sometimes to deal with it. And I was thinking about how whenever we are, when we go through certain things in life, certain traumatic experiences or certain, hardships in life, and whenever we have kids, what we try to do is we try to avoid those specific hardships for our children so that they don't have to go through that. But I was thinking about it and I said to myself, but that doesn't really help the child in dealing with the hardships, because he's going to have or she's going to have a different hardship that the parents didn't have. It's going to be a completely different thing because each person, each generation, whatever it is, they have their own thing. Just because you went through a specific hardship doesn't mean your kids, even when you try to avoid the situation and make sure that they don't get that hardship, right? What's happening is that they're going to go through their own hardships. And if they don't have the right tools, the right way to deal with the hardship, they are going to have a very difficult time. And instead of us trying to make sure that they avoid that hardship that we went through, we should better prepare them, actually. We should prepare them to be able to know how to deal with hardships. That's going to be completely different than avoiding the situation that you went through. And this can be applied with anxiety. And a lot of us, why I'm bringing this to attention is because a lot of us, we have a very hard time and don't know how to deal with hardships. And it's not our fault, really. It's not our fault. It's just because we were never taught how to deal with the hardships. We were never taught or guided in the right way in how to deal with hardships. And in the past, before we ever experienced an anxiety disorder, whenever we did have a hardship, we were able to handle it in our own way and pushing it out, fighting it, ignoring it, escaping it. But with an anxiety disorder, it's one of the hardest things to ever deal with, because it's literally you are healthy, but at the same time, your mental health is not. You understand at the same time that there's something wrong with you, that there's something's not right, but at the same time, you can't just escape from it. You can't run away from it. You can't fight it. And it's just overwhelming. And we don't know how to deal with this hardship. Because again, we were never taught, we were never guided, we were never shown the path in the right way in how to deal with hardships, in generally speaking. And maybe we're taught the wrong way. And also society, the way it's built and how it's shown that, hey, if you're having a hard time, take a vacation, escape, or drinking, or smoking, or getting high, just to get an escape, to always feel good. But that's not really dealing with the hardship. Or even a lot of people that say, take medication, it's going to make you feel much better. And I saw this TikTok video yesterday of this lady that she struggles with anxiety, and she's been taking medication for anxiety for 5 years. And she was feeling much better throughout those 5 years. And she came to the point where she wanted to start reducing the dosage. And she did. And she was still feeling great. So she came to the doctor. She's like, hey, listen, I want to start weaning off my, medication for anxiety. And she started to do that. And within a few days, her anxiety came back. Her anxiety came back because... And I remember I commented over there and I said, the reason why I don't believe in medication is because it's not the solution. It's just a crutch. And as you see, this lady who struggled with anxiety and for 5 years helped her to the medication helped her not to feel anxiety. But the second she came off of it, boom, her anxiety came back. She started to feel anxious again. And she said over there, I'm going to be in anxiety struggle for the rest of my life. I need to take meds for the rest of my life, because the doctors has instilled that belief in her, like there's no cure to it. There's no way in overcoming it. It's impossible. And you see, this is why I don't believe that the medication is the solution. It's the mindset. It's how to deal with the hardship that's going to help you. So whenever you do deal with hardships, and they do come, unfortunately, and also fortunately, because it does make you stronger, but at the same time, it's so hard sometimes. I mean, we don't want it. Nobody's raising their hand like, hey, give me some hardships. I want that. Nobody's really doing that. And it's really difficult to deal with the hardships when we don't know how to, and whenever society is not guiding us in the right way. Just like this lady who's been taking it for 5 years and now believes that she needs to take it for the rest of her life. And I commented on them like, listen, you don't need to take this for the rest of your life. It's not the solution. You need to build your mindset so you're able to handle it. And of course, this is not an easy thing to do. And I never say healing your anxiety, knowing how to deal with hardships or knowing how to deal with life is an easy thing. It's not. It's definitely hard, but it's possible and it's worth it. It's definitely worth it, because so far what you've been dealing with, it's been difficult and it's hard for you to handle. And it's really hard to every single day to wake up when nobody understands what you're going through and what your struggles are every single day. And you're the only one who really understands it. It's not an easy thing. And it's not an easy thing where you can't just escape, because even if you do, the next morning, boom, it's right in your face. So how do we deal with that? How do we deal with that situation with anxiety? Because it's just going to be there. It's not going to disappear. And I spoke about this in the last episode. It's not going to disappear. It's not going to get up and leave. So we need to take the actions, that's the key word, the right actions in order for us to overcome this thing. And I'm telling you, once you overcome it, you will be able to handle other things in life. Like me, I'll tell you something about me. Whenever I was younger, before I went through an anxiety disorder, I believe I was a very weak person. I didn't know how to handle things, and I was afraid of things in life. And I never realized that I had anxiety before that I went through an anxiety disorder. And I wasn't able to handle certain situations. I wasn't able to handle certain hardships. I wasn't able to. And listen, I was young. But what has helped me tremendously to be able to handle hardships is me going through an anxiety disorder and overcoming it. Whenever I overcame that, I was like, holy crap. If I'm able to overcome this, I'm able to overcome anything. I'm able to deal with anything, because this thing is so hard. And this is the same thing with you guys, that you're dealing with the hardships, whatever it is. You're dealing with the anxiety. If you're able to overcome this, because it's such a difficult thing and it's so powerful, you are able to handle anything else that's going to come to you, because you know how to handle the situation. You're going to be able to know how to maneuver, how to guide yourself in those situations, how to take a step back sometimes and not always just fight and what you've been used to in your entire life. And that's what has brought you to this point. So you're able to change that. So what we want to do is know how to deal with the hardships, knowing how to deal with it, because it's impossible to avoid. I remember Les Brown, he said this. He said that pain is unavoidable. It's unavoidable. Pain is always there. It's always going to happen. It's knowing how to deal with the pain that's going to enhance our life, because we can't avoid pain. It's impossible. It's there. It's knowing how to deal with the pain that's going to make us stronger, that's going to make us better. Now, I understand for some people, it's very deep pain and it's very hard of what they went through. I speak with clients and I hear their stories, and some of them are really, really deep. And I was like, wow. I'm surprised this person is the way it is. And I'm really impressed, and I'm surprised. I'm like, wow, this person, from what they went through, they're amazing. They're amazing. Look how strong they actually are. I would not be able to go through half the stuff that people went through in their lives. I'm in awe by them and how strong they really are. And they believe that they're weak because of they're going through an anxiety disorder. You are not weak. You are strong. There's people that have been dealing with anxiety for 20 years, for 10 years, 5 years. And I look at them, I'm like, how? I'm like, you're a freaking warrior. I'm like, that's freaking amazing. I'm like, how in the world are you able to function like this for so many years? For 3 years, had such a difficult time. I'm like, I don't want to live like this anymore. I'm like, you've been dealing with this for 10, 15 years. I'm like, that just shows how strong you really are.
And we don't realize that because, like, why am I dealing with this so many years? Because I can't leave my house. I can't do things. I can't go places. I can't enjoy life, so I'm weak. No, you are actually very strong. You just need somebody to guide you to that place, to show you how to deal with this hardship and not try to avoid it. Because if you're going to avoid this hardship, it's just going to stick in your face. It's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. But what is going to go away, how it is going to go away, is by taking the right actions, is by moving forward every single day, baby steps, every single day, putting one step forward every single day. Sometimes you're going to go 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and that's going to happen. That's going to happen. But the point is you're going to continue moving forward, and you're little by little you're going to be building a massive building that is going to take time. It doesn't take from today to tomorrow. We got to build a foundation first to be able to build a steady structure. That's what it is. And that takes time, but it's definitely worth it because I'm an example of already for 9 years not dealing with anxiety. 9 years. And I know a lot of people want that. And I'm telling you, it's possible to do it. It's just that we need to follow a certain formula in order to get those results that we want. So at the end of the day, with hardships, and this is something that I was thinking about, and it blew my mind how, like, because I have kids, and I was saying, I don't want them to live a life that I did. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, that's not really helping them and not preparing them for hardships because they're going to have their own hardships. I already know that. I came to that acceptance because every single person has their own thing. I'm like, I'd rather prepare them in how to deal with the hardships than me just having them to avoid the situations that I went through. Now, of course, I'm not going to put them in those situations. Yeah, of course not. But at the same time, I'm going to teach them how to deal with hardships. That is the key over there, how to deal with hardships. And this is what I do with people, to help them and overcome their anxiety and help them how to deal with hardships in general so they're able to deal with this thing that they're struggling with. If you are looking for a natural remedy in order to help you to deal with your anxiety and help you on your journey to overcome it, I created Calmly CBD, where it specifically helps you to calm down your anxiety and panic attacks. And as well, it doesn't make you feel drowsy. It doesn't make you feel sleepy. And it helps you to just feel calm so you can actually do things throughout the day like work, drive, go out, and do whatever you like in a more calmer state of mind. As well as not addictive or has any side effects or any withdrawals, which this way can actually help you to heal your anxiety and get you to the destination in overcoming your anxiety much quicker. You can click the link that's in the description. It would say Calmly CBD to place your order today. And then right now it's on sale for a limited time where you can buy one and get the second one free. If you did like this episode, please click the like button and leave a 5-star review. The reason why I ask is because this way we're able to reach more people. And the more people that we can actually reach, the more people that we can actually help. Because my mission in this world, my purpose is to help people to overcome and heal their anxiety naturally and show them that it's possible to overcome. Thank you guys. Take care. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.